Hello guys, and welcome to a new series of Transport Fever with me, Murphy. This is the game that I really wanted to launch my YouTube channel with. However, at the time it just didn't seem right to start with. However, now I've been wishing for the long time now that I did, and I would have been able to go back to this time and time again. It's one of my favourite games, and I spent over 300 plus hours on it in the previous gameplays that I've made on a laptop that wasn't a gaming laptop, so I struggled to get past the year 2000 every time. So this is going to be a first for me to try and actually complete a full game from beginning to end, and it's going to be a massive learning curve. So we're going to jump into a free game. We're going to start in 1850. We're going to have a flat terrain. We're going to go in hard mode because there's the Transport Shark and a Transport Tycoon and just reaching the year 2000 are three achievements that I really would like to actually achieve. So we're going to randomize the seed, so that'll do. So I have no idea what we're going to be going into. As I say, it's going to be sandbox, it's not sandbox, vanilla, so we're not actually going to be able to click any custom options in here, mainly because as soon as you do that you disable the achievements. So right, let's start the game. Now with this game I'm going to be trying to it's going to be a long series. It's probably going to be the longest series I've done to actually achieve this, but I'm going to try and keep things as simple as possible for you, in the sense that I am not going to be going mad with the length of the episodes. I'm going to try and keep about until things start moving forward, so I still start to get a lot of money. I'm going to knock off quite a number of years in a single episode, and a lot of it will be off camera. But one thing I want to make sure that you're aware of is within this game I have the ability to change town names. I can name trains, I can name the routes, well, not necessarily the routes, I need to keep those separate, but actually, yeah, no, even the routes, I could probably name a specific route or after somebody. So if you want to be involved and you want to actually have your name in here and be up for everybody to see, then leave us a comment below. Right, so I'm just looking for the easiest start that I usually find, which is going to be this sort of route here. So we got oil to the refinery, and then we'll ship that to towns. Now I'm looking at it here thinking that looks okay, but we then have to put a lot of roads in to actually get it around the towns. So we've got 4 towns quite close by, which is not bad at all. So I'm toying with the idea, thinking about it. We've got 1.2 million. There's a achievement called Penny Pincher that I really would like to get, which is not taking out a single loan, but I think that is going to cause me some problems. So looking at this, we've got that operation over here, which means I could go down through Rugby, down Gravesend, etc., and this direction. I suppose I could do that as a route. So everything comes into here, then everything from there goes to here, and then we ship out from here down, etc., and just extending it so both directions. Or I can go from here to drop off in here, and possibly get a route from here to there to start with. So once the vehicles are actually in route, or once the load's on there, the distance you travel has a massive effect on the actual value you get for it. So the length of time it's actually on the vehicle. So it's probably worthwhile trying to have the distance there as well. Or I can actually have it so, actually no, I quite like the look of this one actually, because it might as well have it going from there to here, back to here, and then from here we go to these 3 towns. Yeah, I like that one. that sounds a little bit better. So if we're going to be shipping from here down and then from here to these locations, we need to have our depot somewhere here. So let's start by building up our route. We only need this one to start with, and if I can remember all the keys, it would be very useful. So 8,000. So there we go. So we can have you there. We will also have the triple or larger stop here. And rotate. I'm going to pop you down here because you are going to be where I'm thinking now. If I put that here, we can have it dropped off en route, and then it's only going to travel a short distance without anything, which will be good. So let's drop you there. We're going to have another depot down here. Now this is going to be interesting, whether it is close enough for there after we've made all our decisions. Let's rotate this round. Yes, it is. Excellent. So there we go. That's as close as it needs to be. Perfect. Right. So let's get our routes in play. So we're going to have from here to here. Oops. And actually I want, instead of sending the actual vehicle in there, I would like, actually let me just come off that route. I would like a little bus stop. So if I have a street going off like so, and then I put a bus stop in here, trying to think which way they were coming. I'll tell you what, let's get them actually en route first, and then we'll put a bus stop there so it actually they can drop off without actually going in and being delayed. So, oops, don't want that one, I want that one. So you go in there, and yeah, so we'll do that. Just start that off, and we'll call this road oil fuel 1. Alright, and let's get our construction of our, nope, I want that, thank you very much. Road depot, let's get you in here. Might as well actually have you opposite, so you're not actually going too far. There we go. And I want I'll have 3 to start with, and we're going to set you all to line that, and you can start building up the demand, and we can see which line. Right, okay, so you're going to be coming back that way potentially. So let's say if we go add another station and we put in a pedestrian stop on this side, and then we say you're going to go there on your way back. Excellent, perfect. And you're going to unload only. You're going to load if anything's available. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Right, that will then drop, so this depot can actually connect. Should drop the 2, shouldn't it? Yeah, it does. There we go. And then we'll put in the town, our bus stops. So we want to be able to capture as much as possible, because I want commercial, and so you come down here, it'll be on that side. So we want him emptying on that side, so he will have gone further. Yeah, so I want to be able to capture commercial as much as possible, because, get this right again, right on the right hand side, we want to be able to have yeah, there we go, multiple drops coming into there, not just fuel, and go from that. So just drop you off there. You gonna do it for me? Yes, excellent. Okay, so we can then have that route, which will drop everything here. Then we can have 3 routes going the other direction, which will only put 1 vehicle on each route. So line 2 is going to go from here to here, and that's fine. We'll rename it in a minute. Line 3, you're going to go from here to here, and a new line, you're going to go from there, there to there. Alright, so the idea will be that once we get other goods, etc., we can get it shipped to the terminals here, and they'll be able to take not just the fuel. Let's hope that's the idea anyway. Right, so let's get this going. It'll be a while for things to actually connect, etc. So I don't want that one. I want to buy a vehicle. So I will see you in a short while. Okay, so we're just going to do a bit of a 2 or 3 year, well actually no, we're going to do a bit of a 3-year review. So 1850 we spent 313,000. We went into 1851 with that full loan, of which I repaid that because I didn't want to invest too heavily at this early time, because 17,000 interest, or should I say it's 12,500 interest for repaying that $500,000 loan, is quite a significant amount of money when you think that the actual horse and carts actually cost 13,000. So we have just purchased 5 more vehicles so that we can actually get some goods en route. We've got our fuel starting to work its way back, and we have, let's go down here. We have got that's range. We should have fuel there. Okay. Do you know what? You can head back empty. Because what I'm trying to do is have sufficient. Let's have a look what's details. You've got 24 in stock. So what I'm trying to do is actually, yeah, no, you can go back empty. What I'm trying to do is get enough produce or produce here, so we don't have any delays with our horse and carts heading back. So we've lost a lot of money, I think, on these runs. We have made a little bit of profit this year on actually no, we're into the new year now, typical. So if we look here, we had 90,000 income, and if we hadn't actually spent all that 70,000 on those new vehicles, we would have actually had a profit this year. So that was the point of it. So right, again, I will see you in a short while. Okay, so we're back. We've gone a couple of years. We've made profit in 54 and 55, and as you can see now, our little fuel depot here is starting to get backlogged, in the sense that we've got loads of materials here. So I'm going to buy a couple of vehicles again, and we're going to send these all to start with Wallasall, and then we'll buy another. Actually, do you know what? I want 1, 2 more. They can go on to all sorts. We've got 4 going onto that line, and then we'll buy 2 for each of the other routes. So to Italy, or however you want to pronounce it, and Dorchester. So that way, close that down. We should start dealing with this small build-up of fuel, which is good. I'm hoping that we won't have too much of a loss this year. Let's close that down. We could do with purchasing some more carriages for the actual fuel route, but until we keep on top of this, there's no point putting additional routes on there. So we can close those down so we can see what's going on. So yeah, so 74,000 profit, or 60 odd thousand. Yeah, we're going to have quite a big loss because of the 110,000 that we've just spent, which is the last 2 years worth of profit in a bit. That's how it goes, isn't it? So let's see what's going on. While that's going on, I want to have a quick look around the town to see other options. We've got, as I say, we've just got those 2 routes going there. Now, the way I would normally play this is I would have the fuel depot would ship to another depot, okay, instead of a bus stop, okay, and then that depot would then ship to other towns, etc. So we'd branch off from each of these locations, and that's going to be a little difficult on a couple of them. However, I'm sure we can get it to work. So where are we now? We're in January, and we had a loss of 74,000 despite spending 110. So that's quite that's not too shabby, considering we have we've had more expenses, running costs, etc. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. So what we'll do is I'm going to let this continue running until about 1860. Hopefully by then we'll be back in profit, and I will buy more vehicles each year. Let's just pull these up. Actually, I don't want those. I want the depots themselves, and that way we can ensure we're getting a more regular income, because we will have the point where it'll cost us a lot more to maintain these vehicles than it is to actually get the profit from the actual line, which is not fun, especially on hard mode. Right, so I'll see you again in a short while. Okay, so we're just about to hit 1860. We have had profits for the last 3 years, however they are dropping at the moment. That is predominantly down to the running costs, etc. So the property maintenance hasn't changed, so that's no difference there, but our running costs have gone up a couple of thousand per year, but that does not correlate with the actual profit we've made each year on year. So we're going to need to look at what we're actually doing. So at the moment we've got these trains going to Walsall, these road these horse and carts, managing to get that's fully satisfied. I think every single one's out at the moment, full of fuel. The Ickley, we've got 17 available. You're empty, and then you're just about to be empty, so that would wipe all that lot out by the time it gets back. Hopefully there'll be twice as much there. Dorchester route, we actually took one of these horse and carts off here and put it onto the fuel route, just because we were basically killing it with 3. It wasn't an issue, so we may be worthwhile to actually put another one back on here. We still are not getting all the fuel back here for some reason. If we were to go to the here to the refinery and have a look at what they've actually got stored, they've got store 28, and they're not converting it, so they're not producing it as fast as we'd like. So the only way I'm going to do this at the moment is to increase that, so we actually always have stock there, is to actually increase our horse and carts. However, we've got this bill of 17,000 that's going out every single year, and that's a lot of money to have going out when you're talking about every single year. So what's that so far? We've had 9 years at 9 at 17.5 plus 30. That's 180,000 profit, just for having that loan. So what I'd like to do is probably go forward a number of years forward with the same route without changing too much. We're just making sure that these are working as properly as best as possible, but I want to repay that loan, and that's going to be my target before the end of this year. I want to be able to have that loan. I want to be able to repay it, and that's my plan. So I will see you in another decade, possibly. Okay, so you find us back now in 1869, and we are manually replacing a number of our vehicles that have gone past their lifetime, as in it's 15 years for these horse and carts. So I'm trying to reduce down the actual running costs of our vehicles, primarily to keep on top of the costs. We have paid off all our debts, and we've only got 2 more left to actually replace, I think. Yeah, paid off all our debts, and we were in debt when I said it. That's just typical. Yeah, so we are getting there in the sense of having things running as smoothly as possible. I mean, my plan is, as soon as I've replaced these 2 final horse and carts, will be to, let's get rid of you and go, will be to increase the number of carts on these lines. So I've actually increased the Dorchester route already by adding that a couple onto there, and that is still working really well. It's got a frequency of 3 minutes, which is good. However, these Ickley, that could do with another couple, but let's just replace you. Yes, and you're gone. Right, okay, so we can probably put some carts on there. If I keep an eye on, let me just pause this for a second so you can see where I'm going. So looking at the Dorchester route, we've got 1, 2, 3 that are empty, so that 3 will take out 16 of those, so we've got an extra space for 1 more, I believe. Ickley route, I've got 1 vehicle missing off this list. There we go, so let's put you, then you, then you. So the Ickley route, I've only got 2 that are empty, so that'll only take off 8. So I could probably put 2 on there when I get the money. And Walsall, we've got 1 that's empty, so I could probably, again, I could put another 1 onto that. So that's what I'll do. I'll put 1 on the Dorchester, 1 on the Ickley, and 1 on the Wallasey. So we shouldn't be going too mad, as it were. Let's buy you and set you to, let's see, we'll go to the Dorchester first. So that's a short run, and hopefully we will have a more profitable year. I mean, looking at our income, 1866, I have no idea what happened there, but then to drop dramatically, to then come back up. I'm hoping that this year isn't going to be too bad either. Yeah, I think it's just one of the timing things with the additional vehicles that we're putting on. Let's get you purchase as well. Buy road vehicle. Let's pause you. We can only get 1. Okay, so yeah. What have I picked up there? Dorchester. Right. Okay, now I'll set to Ickley, and I'll have to play this. I'm hoping that we won't end the year on a loss. No, we finished with 11 grand. That's good. Okay, so just 1 more vehicle, and that would go. What's that? We've got new. Aha, we've got the new horse cart. Right. Okay. So come out of that, go back in. So there we go. New horse cart. That's 21,000. Let me just pause that for a moment. That's 21,000. It's got capacity of carrying 1 more over the horse wagon, and we've got a speed increase, but we've also got a cost increase, but we have got a lifespan increase, which is a main boost. So I'm going to hold fire from replacing that one. I'm buying so do you know what, I will buy one of those, and that can go onto the Wallasey route. Here we go. Excellent. Right, so we've got that up and running. So now we just need to he says we need to just do this. We're because we're playing on a really hard difficulty, we've gone 20 years without much development. We have brought in about 40-50 grand a year profit, which has helped us in the last couple of years to actually purchase a lot of new vehicles. So I'm not going to replace any of these now until they come up to the life. We can probably put another couple onto these routes, I think, once we get the money to get these operational a bit more, a few more of these out, because we in Italy at 40 odd. I mean, okay, yeah, that's 20 there, so we've still got twice as much left. In Italy, yeah, so things are starting to ramp up. So let's put another one of those on Italy, and not Italy, Walsall. There we go. And let's see how that gets on. Alright, so I'm going to continue playing with this until I get a bit more money so I can actually afford to start advancing. And I'll see you shortly. Okay guys, welcome back. We are up to 1876 and we have had an upgrade on our road vehicle from the horse wagon to the horse cart, and we have worked our way through every single vehicle that we currently have and changed it over. That was the last one going through just then. So now let me just quickly pause this. So now everything is going to be travelling at the fastest speed of 12 miles an hour, and everything's going to carry a maximum of 5 pieces of goods per trip. So we are now obviously increased. I mean, how many vehicles have we got on here? That is vehicles. Hang on, is that the one I want? No, it's not. If I go to that, that'll tell me the vehicles. So we've got 36 on the oil route now. I did actually take one off each of these and put it onto there because we were flying through the actual fuel, and I thought best to put it onto this side, and then we can at least get more fuel oil coming through. Again, the station here where we had loads of available materials, we used it all up again. So we are getting to the point where I'm looking now at my next expansion. Now bearing in mind I cannot take out a loan. Let's just close all this lot up, and that's one. Okay, bear in mind we can't take out a loan because that's one of the achievements we want to actually do. Yeah, so we really need to think carefully about how we do expand and how we're going to do that. So we've got the other town over here, Frazzled, and then we have a town over here which is Gillingham. Now that's quite interesting. It's the fact it's got a refinery here already, as to whether we look at either doing sending some fuel from here to there to then deliver on. I'm not sure, but my initial thoughts were to look at extending out one of these two towns to start with. We've got only 190,000, which is not a great deal when you want to actually build a depot. And to build a depot, let's have a look how much it's going to cost me in the area that I'd like to put it. And there we go, 700,000. That is a lot. 600,000 just to have the depot there, which will then give me the ability to actually transship from there to another location. Now I could put it into a different location. Let's have a look at the overview. So we could put it, it'd be a lot cheaper down here. 10,000. No, it's got a collision. Let's have a look. Let's go a bit closer. There we go, 10,000. And that would service the majority of the industrial zone. However, we won't get any of the commercial. So my problem is where best to actually put it. So maybe that's not the one to do to start with. And if we look here, actually, do you know what? That is looking rather promising. Okay, 60 odd thousand. that is looking promising. I mean, if I was to put that there, 13,000 it would cost me. I could remove that bus depot and it would become this one. And that would mean I could then transship over to... Oh, I've got 2 towns here. Okay, so that is going to be the one I'm going to do. So that's what I'll do first. Let's discount that and take that off. Let's remove this bus depot. And let's go to that and bump. Now, while it should still be showing up as an option, let's put in a... There we go. Let's see if we can get that. Perfect. So now that will be the new depot, and that will mean we can actually start shipping more. So let's see what we've got in here at the moment. Walsall, yeah. So we've got a lot of fuel going to come in now, I hope. We could do with getting the routes next planned out. So we've got a very long route up here, up in the hills. And do we have any industry? We do. And we have a bit of commercial. Okay, so we could, let's see how much it would cost us. Actually, do you know what? I will just put a standard bus route in here. Because that's strange. That's very strange. It's only going to give me half. Okay. Very weird. Very weird indeed. Maybe if I put a little road in. How much is that going to cost me? 3. Okay, let's do that. Now what does that allow for us to do this time now then? There we go. Everything's connected now. That's even better. So that's what I want. So which side do I want the vehicles on the road? So you're going that way. So we would want you to be dropping off there. Perfect. So you can go past, turn around, and then deliver. Right, so that's a nice high route that as well. Oops. So yeah, that could be quite interesting. Ooh, get this control back. Yep. So then we want to go to Gillingham, and again we want to have something more quite central. We will have to look at yeah, that'll do there, I think. Yes, we will have to do something with that in the future, but again it's all down to cost. So let's have a route again, and let's add a new route, and we're going to go from here to there, and then we're going to have another route from there to there. Perfect. So we know we're going to make a loss on this to start with, and because I don't really have that much money as well, we're going to have to buy it from here, so that's fine. Come on, go off, thank you. So we'll buy a vehicle from here and send that first to line 1, and then buy another one. Oops. And send that to set line to line 2. Okay, right, so now we've got bus stops in those two, and that's a depot. We've got a bus stop over here. We could look at possibly getting a passenger route running as well. So let's just name these. So this is going to be let's change you first to that colour. There we go. So you're going to be Walsall to Stelling. So that's road, and it's fuel 1, and this is a transfer, and that's going from Walsall to Stainton. Okay, cool. That's you. Close you down, and then you're going to go from again Walsall to road, and it's fuel 1 transfer, and I can't even spell now, okay? Yeah, Oh yeah, we're doing it wrong. Let's get back on here, come on. Wall, Sal, to Gillingham. Perfect. Alright, so that we've got 2 routes on there now, so we're going to need to make sure we've got sufficient fuel coming in. So how much have we got here? We've got 126, so I think it's time to actually buy a few more carts. So that's 20 grand each, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's set all those to there. I don't want to have too much expense in. I want to make sure we've got some money left over at the end of the year. So that will mean we can actually hopefully start shipping a lot more goods over there. So once this is based out, it'll be all right. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain that, but yeah. Maybe in the future I'll look at redoing that a bit better. Okay, so that's the plan. We're near the end of the year. So where are we on our... Yep, we've got a new tram of steam tram. Excellent. So we've got new passenger vehicles. And let's close that down. Alright, so we're into January. And we've had that expense. So construction of roads, 8 to 20 grand. Well, the total cost is 20 grand, so it's the station and the actual roads. Bulldozing, that was 3,300 to remove that station, so that's not too bad. I mean, income 390. I'm hoping that we can actually improve that substantially. What I also want to do is actually send a few of these back, so they're coming back empty and not waiting. So let's get you off. Let's get you off, and you can get off. It's just so that we can actually get some stock build up in the actual refinery, and we're also not wasting time with the loading and unloading. Again, with you can go as well. I know we've got some there now, but it means whatever these guys are producing, we'll actually make sure that next time a load of carts come down, we'll actually turn around a lot quicker than waiting. So that's the idea. I know it'll cost me a little bit, but I can live with that. Right, okay, so how are we doing on here? We've got 72 fuel. Let's buy another few vehicles. Oops, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And set you all to the fuel route, because every time we put extra vehicles on there, it will help knock back the consumption here, but then we'll also have the same knock-on effect at the other end. So how are we doing here? So the idea is that we're going to be able to get more to Wallasey or Walsall. Why do I want to call it Wallasey? I don't know. Hopefully we'll get more vehicles going there, so we should actually have a greater demand, and that should allow us to let's change that as well to that. Perfect. Should be able to see how that fares. Now it will take a while for that to actually properly link in properly, but I suppose what we could do is have a look at each of these vehicles and see where they're coming from and what stage they're at, like we were before. So you've so the majority of you are empty. Okay, and you're all heading back, so, and there's not a great deal there for you. Okay, so we've only got 12 in there, well, 11 there at the moment, so that could be interesting. Yeah, we're going to start getting a bit of a backlog there, I think. That must be Ilkley, and I'm not sure which one's which on there. Okay, but yeah, that could be a bit fun while waiting to get more stock in. So hopefully these have all got Ah, these are the ones I sent without full load. Yeah, that's good. So at least that's come through quite quickly. So 19, yeah, so the demand has started to jump up. Have we actually transported anything yet? No, we're still on oil on both of those, that's fine. Let's get this actually set to auto replace. On, and the same with this one. Oops, no, this one. Replacement, yes, auto to that. On. Alright, so I don't need to worry too much about that. We've got 385,000, so things are starting to free us up a bit so that we can actually afford to do some things different. We can let that run a bit just because, see, yeah, he's not got enough now. He's going to have to wait for some of these to come in. So let's just see how that builds up and watch that. So let's just pause this for a moment. Okay, and let's have a look at our our passenger routes. Although, do I want to have a look at this one yet? Does that actually have passengers? It does capture some, and we've got in the middle there. So I think I'm actually going to put that station back in there, but as a passenger, and I'm going to send. Oops, let's have a look at this. Actually, no, it's not going to go there. It's going to go somewhere else. Let's have a look. So if we have it over here, it'll capture the majority of the residential area, and then we can look at. Just come off that. Let's get a route going. And we'll have from here to here, and that can be there. We'll get another one from here to there, and we'll get another line from there to there. Perfect. Right, okay, so we've got our first bus routes. That will take a while to actually build up. It will be a horrendously long time, unfortunately. But let's have a look at what we've. Oh, right, let's do that. Let's have a look at what options we have of transport. So bearing in mind these guys are doing 12 mile an hour. We have this one that can do only 11, so it'll actually slow everything down. Those are 9. Yeah, so that would actually impede our travel quite significantly. Maybe not just yet. That extra mile an hour is really important to us, so let's hold fire on that. We've got that starting. I suppose we could do with getting a load more vehicles on the coal. On the oil. All right, so let's add you all to there. Perfect, and that will help develop that. And let's have a look over here. What have we got industry wise? Oh, it's all down this end, and we've got a nice little spot here, so that could be transshipped. Yeah, we could transship it there. Okay, do you know what, I'm going to build it before something else gets built there, because it does look like they're going to build. The fact I've actually cleared it to start with. Let's put it there. Right, 100 and ooh, there we go, that's a bit better. 26,000. Okay, cool. So now I just need to work out how best to actually put these guys in, and then move everything over. Now I'm wondering about a road. It's 150,000 because of that house. It's 100 odd for that. I would like it here, you see, but with a connection going through so that we actually capture everything still. 300,000, 200. It's going to be interesting. Because if that was like that, and it actually connected through when we could afford it, it would make things a lot easier. Let's play this a bit and see how much is going down here. I wonder whether a road could go there. It's 2 buildings again. That's 1 building. Do you know what? Ooh. It's been knocked down, so I'm going to do that while it's actually knocked down. And let's see, let me pause this for a moment. And they've upgraded it for me, thank you very much. And I'm going to put in, I'm going to remove that station, that bus depot, and I'm going to put it in our other depot, because that should, if we put it here, yeah, we can then have another road going around. Let's just straighten it up a bit, or give us a chance so that we can actually upgrade it later. Perfect. So that should have picked up that route, which will be good. And then we can actually start transshipping from there as well. Excellent. So that's in place. So let's add another route, and you're going to be going from here over to there. Perfect. And let's close you off as well, and you're going to be that colour, and you're going from where's that going from? Close that. Italy, that's it. And it's a road fuel 1 transfer, and it's going from Ilkley to, where's the other place? Ooh. What? Faz? I can't even pronounce that. Oops. Why I need to go back on there? Come on. There we go. Faz L. Okay. Right, we will need to change a lot of these, and let's get another vehicle en route. And you can go straight onto that route, and it's the transfer. That's the one we want. Perfect. Right. Alright, so we've got 3 new routes then, and there we go. 37 demand has increased, so let's buy another couple and put that onto the fuel to Wallasey, or Walsall, which is where the other 2 routes are. And we could do with probably getting Dorchester on there as well. Got the same problem as I had before, to have that as a depot, and it's quite a distance between those 3 towns to actually ship from there. So do you know what, I'm going to leave that one. We've got these which are not too shabby distance. Yeah, so that'll be good. Right, okay. So that's there. Let's have a look at all these again. So we've got, let's pause that, get you, what's going on? So you got 6 fuel. Let's resend these again straight away without anything. Oops. Go that one. Go without. Go without. Go without. Just want to get enough stock just to sit there. Go without. And go without. Because that will just help immensely on turnarounds. That's okay, right. Alright, we've got plenty there. We've got plenty. We can live with that. Okay, so the fuel, we've got plenty of fuel coming out. Is this upgraded at all? No, not yet. Although actually, yeah, it has. I think from 100 to 200, so that's okay. We've got that route planned in now, so hopefully that should start kicking in demand. So, oh wow, look at that. Let's get another vehicle onto that route. That's going to go onto the fuel to Dorchester. That is quite high. Actually, let's get another one. I'm quite surprised at that. Okay, get those out. Okay, so we've got 600,000, which means we can actually start expanding again. So what I think I will do while this is playing on, I'll go and have another nosy around the map, see where I can get another route. I mean, actually, do you know what? That would be a perfect route from the farm down to the food, and then we can ship all that down to here, and then that can be transferred through the network. Perfect. I like the look of that. Let's pause it for a moment. Yeah, because we can ship it back up here and it'll capture the trade. Oh, excellent. I do like that. Now, can I build something up here? So it's, if we go, let's see, do we want grain or cattle? Because that will take both. I'm just thinking if we specify the grain, because then if I want to start producing or shipping anything other than grain is there any cattle anywhere? I don't think there is a requirement other than in the food. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to put that in here, and we'll get a little depot. Let's see how much this is going to cost us. 52. Let's pop out on the other side. 50. All that land work that it's got to do. 40. How far down can I go? Can I go over here? 90. Ouch. 30. 27. We'll go with that, and then again over here. I'm thinking actually I can't have the same sort of route going on as I have now with the oil, on the basis that to send a vehicle from there to there and then over here and back up again empty. I suppose I could actually. It would keep the line simple. Yeah, it would keep the line very simple. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. So again, what's the music on this? Oh, get off of that. There we go. Again, let's pop you in about here. Yeah, that'll do. Right. So we're going to set a new line from here to there, and then from there it's going to go to here, and we're going to unload, and we're going to load what's available, and let's just get a couple of vehicles on that route. So by you want to set to line 4, and that should hopefully kick in soon. We'll oops, let's start playing. We will come back in about 2 years' time and show you how far things have got. So see you in a moment. Okay guys, we're coming back to 1884. We have finally started to see bread or food, should I say, appearing at this terminal. As you can see, we've got Dorchester for fuel, food and fuel. We've got quite quantity there that we need to actually ship, which is really good. Which means what we've got going on is we've got the food being collected here, dropped off and changed, grain or cattle to food to be dropped off to send up there empty, and then from here we're shipping to Dorchester, Wallasall, Ilkley, and also now to Frazzle, no idea how to pronounce that, and Gillingham. So everything is starting to have product building up, so that is really good. One thing I missed off previously was each of my routes. If you go on here, you can change the maximum wait time. I actually had them all set to standard, which is 3 minutes, like so, which is no good really. So that's something I have yet to finish sorting out because I forgot about it. And yeah, anyway, I'll do that off camera. But yeah, we've got things rolling quite well. Profits are coming in. We're over over a million we've not taken out any loans, so we are doing well in that sense, which means we can start now looking at how we can expand this lot. And I think we'll call it a day for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe, and don't forget, I want your comments and feedback on what you think I should try and achieve. Early game, they're going to be very fast paced, and I'm probably going to take a couple of episodes before I start implementing your comments, but please start leaving them and I'll start making notes on them. So until next time, that's Murphy out.